The Prime Minister and the President continued their debates over the proposal for a new Interior Minister, with Mehta suggesting that some amateurs need to reread the Constitution, while Rama submitted the proposal for a second time. The Prime Minister today inspected the newly rehabilitated 12-kilometre stretch of road between Shkodër and Muriqan, from where he declared all previous interventions a facade, ironically using the term highway robbery. The Minister for Tourism and Environment, Blendi Klosi, had declared war on environmental polluters, even going as far to advise as the closures of the quarries in the Kruja region. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Friday the 9th of November 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. The appointment of General Shkodër Muriqan in the Interior Ministry has moved the chess pieces being played by the Presidency and the Prime Ministry. Head of State Ilir Mehta expressed his conviction in the decision he gave when assessing whether or not to decree the proposal for the Interior Minister. Unlike his critics, Mehta emphasises that he has respected the Constitution in making this decision. Shortly after this statement, Prime Minister Rama announced that he has resubmitted the request for Shkodër Muriqan. I have just re-signed the request for the decree of Shkodër Muriqan as Minister of Interior to the President of the Republic, declared the Prime Minister. Rama says that a detailed explanatory report will be sent to the President to assist in the function of decreeing the Minister of Interior. It seems the tables have turned in this particular game of chess, with now the defence going on the attack. President Ilir Mehta called on the amateurs to reread the Constitution regarding the competencies it gives him as the head of state. Mehta was reserved to specify whom he was addressing as laymen and amateurs, but however it is known that the Prime Minister, Edi Rama, and the MPs of the majority have said in recent days that the Constitution obliges him to sign the decree. Head of State Ilir Mehta is convinced his decision to refuse to decree Muriqan's name in the post of Minister of Interior was the right one. In the framework of this debate, Mehta raised a question. Can Parliament abolish the President's non-decree of a minister? I do not want to give lectures about the Constitution. I invite all one-sided amateurs to read the Constitution and the powers of the President. A formal or ceremonial act is just an oath to the President. Ilir Mehta said he was convinced that he had implemented the Constitution with full responsibility. Shortly afterwards, Prime Minister Rama informed that he had sent the name of Shkodër Muriqan for decree to the post of Minister of Interior for the second time. Democratic Party Chair Lulzim Basha was today near residents of the austere area, whose buildings will be destroyed as part of the Outer Ring project. Evil has knocked on the door of over 2,000 people and declared their fate. I was shocked when I was confronted with the drama of these people, and they are not only being persecuted, but also being put under great psychological pressure, announced Lulzim Basha. The Democratic Party Chair accused the government and the municipality of having no law extraditing families because they have a project with a group of oligarchs and bandits. There is no law for the collapse of these houses. You have been given notice and have put coloured crosses on houses that will be destroyed. This is evidence of the total collapse of the state. No law has been communicated to families or any act nor documentation for expropriation been prepared and no expropriation money paid. Give time to find another home for these entire families who are in this state of terror. This is a fall of the Constitution and the law because Edi Rama and Erion Veliai have a project with a handful of oligarchs and bandits with whom they share money and power. This is the clearest evidence of where Albania has ended and how dangerous this gang is that is in power. I warned the Ramaphosa affair would soon be on the doorstep of Albanians when the conversation about the destruction of the National Theatre began. Now, more than 300 families can hear the knocking, correlated Basha. Basha also had a call to all citizens. Don't expect these people to knock on your doors for help. Know what is happening and come here to support these people. Everything has been violated. There is nothing legitimate. The Prime Minister, the state and the ministers have all violated the law. The only legal thing is the protests of these residents. At a cost of €1.5 million, the Shkodër Muriqan road axis has now been completely rebuilt. During an inspection of the works, the Prime Minister said that the 12-kilometre stretch of road adheres to all required standards. Meanwhile, he spoke sarcastically in regards to the previous interventions in road maintenance of this axis. It was a program of highway robbery until yesterday. Absolutely, there was no road maintenance, just pour a layer of dust on it and run away. Now it will be much clearer and very easy to continue to maintain it, as it has been built with high standards and has actually been completely rehabilitated. This was a road reconstruction, not maintenance, in the sense that a pit was opened and a layer of asphalt was placed, explained Edi Rama. According to Prime Minister Edi Rama, there was a lack of concept and organisation, not a lack of funds. The truth is that maintenance programs throughout the region have been spectacular failures for a long time, while this maintenance program is one of high standards. On the Tirana-Durrës road, it was a multi-annual estrada that was repeated, and the holes only added potholes. Now it's deep maintenance, added Edi Rama. Albanian Road Authority Chief Afrim Cendro said the road shortens the travel time by half when compared to that before the intervention. It is an axis of about 12 kilometres from Shkodër Muriqan, which has undergone the Albanian government's rehabilitation program. It is the rehabilitation of complete layers, especially signalling and road safety, plus pieces of art. This is a route that has had problems with pipelines, side channels, and has also suffered a 25-year history of being untouched by hand. It truly was in a very bad condition, asserted Afrim Cendro. While today it may take 40 to 45 minutes to travel due to the low speed limit on the axis, previously it was 90 minutes simply due to the poor quality of the road, Cendro added. Meanwhile, Deputy Minister for Infrastructure Artan Shkreli emphasised that road safety has been a key word in this project as well. He even noted that this axis represented a significant record of loss of life. The Democratic Party accusations have continued again today against the Mayor of Durrës, Vanjush Dako. In a statement to the media, MP Owerd Bulukbashi said Vanjush Dako's facts of electoral crime are clear, and for this he must be imprisoned. File 339 proves the takeover model of power by Edi Rama through the exchange of public wealth to gangs for votes, accused Bulukbashi. The Democratic Party wants the arrest and prosecution of Vanjush Dako without delay. The facts of Vanjush Dako's electoral crime are clear, and for this crime he must be sent to prison. Wiretappings from File 339 have shown that Vanjush Dako is in constant communication with gangs before, during and after the election. They are exactly those gangs that today are receiving bids, licences and building permits in Durrës. Vanjush Dako should be arrested without delay. Every day at Liberty he destroys evidence and manipulates witnesses, fully assisted by Prime Minister Edi Rama. Electoral crime has blocked democratic rotation and the rule of law. In Albania there will be no justice, no war against crime and no normal development without punishing the electoral crime that holds Edi Rama illegally in power today, declared Owerd Bulukbashi. The massacre of the environment in Albania has become a concern for MPs in the Parliamentary Commission of Manufacturing Activity. During the reporting of next year's budget, the Minister of Tourism and Environment, Blendi Klosi, said that he would retract licences from all subjects that pollute the environment. I see concrete interference with the environmental massacres that have been performed in Kruja, but also in regards to air pollution, said Eglantina Germani, the former Minister of Urban Development. Within the spring of next year, all the quarries that implement activity in that area you mentioned will be required to vacate, informed Blendi Klosi. During the reporting for the 2019 budget, Blendi Klosi said that next year there will be investments in tourist infrastructure, and many companies have expressed interest in investing in 4- and 5-star hotels. Today we have 10 to 15 companies which are ready to start investing in 5-star hotels on the coast and in the areas of priority for tourism development, concluded Klosi. The government is soon expected to come up with a detailed draft for the draft law on forests in our country. Specialist technologists are the most in-demand employees for leisure's food processing factories. Currently, the industry requires at least 150 specialists, with a growing trend for security and quality assurance experts. These needs are covered by employees who have acquired this skill through work experience but do not provide the guarantee required. "We have trained people and we also have taken them from other fields," said a businessman. As a solution to this concern, they propose the opening of the food technology branch in leisure. "It has become essential to open this branch in the leisure professional school," raised the businessman. The demand for the new food technology branch in leisure will formally go to the Ministry of Finance and Economy, responsible for professional education. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.